Alright, I have a feeling something about me wanting to paint creates like this need for everybody to come in here, right? I'm looking at my bangs. God. So anyways, I'm going to start this. I took a wood panel, right? It's a wood panel. And I believe this is a 9 by 8, 9 by 12. That's what it is. So anyways, I painted it white. I put and I painted in the direction of the grain, right? So all of the sides are done. I just am thinking I want to do a sky. I want to do, I don't know if you saw my storm fire in the sky video, but we had the most beautiful sunset with the fires going off around us and the clouds, and I have to do it. So this is from my video. Can you guys see that? There's a shadow there, I think. But yeah, so that is directly from my camera. It's nobody else's picture, right? And I am going to paint that, and with I'm gonna eliminate the gate. I don't think I need the gate, and I certainly don't need the text the text shipping container in the picture, right? I don't know, I might leave the gate. That might be kind of cool to have the gate in there, right? Because then it's my property, right? So let's put you down here. I have you up on the high tripod. Let's see how this works for me. It's not always my best friend, but anyways, here we go. So I have purple out. I have some red, orange. I have this violet blue. I love that color because I think that's up here. So what we want to do first is get my mountain in. But I'm going to bring my mountain down because I want to see more sky, as I want it to be my focal point. So we might bring the mountain down low, then in which case then I won't be putting a fence in. So plan, Debbie, plan. Let's go with the mountains. I used white instead of black so that my yellows and my oranges and my pinks will pop more on this, because this is more of a daylight. Although that is sunset, there's a lot of light in it, so I'm using white so that my colors will pop more on here. If I go with the dark canvases like we did the other day, it's more of a nighttime and a vivid nighttime. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking I want that is way up here. No, I probably. Then I'm going to get more gravel. So I think we're going to go this way. I think we're going to start about halfway. And I'm going to use the English Navy for my mountains to start with. Never black. Never solid black. So we're going to use some of this. And I use cheap paints, guys. I don't, some of my paints can be expensive. These are like $7 a piece. These are about $6 a piece. So here comes my interruption. We'll talk to you in a little bit today, and all of a sudden it sounded like a humongous explosion or bomb or something that went off over here. I know Patrick heard it because he'll always say, "Did you hear that?" And what happens is sometimes, like I said, we are in. Never allow this to happen. Do you see where I've got the paint? Don't allow that to happen. Don't let it get past the brush. This is a no-no, just so you know. So sometimes they set off coordinates explosions out here for the pilots to go by or whatever, and it did it once, and then right after the first one it did it again, and it made my whole place just shook. It jarred it. It would kind of went like really quick, like like California earthquake, right? Like a sharp jolt. And my cats, the tails went up, the fur went up, everything went up, right? Paper towel. We don't know, it hasn't happened since, but that was very scary. So you sometimes, being out here with the military action that we have going on out here, put a little bit of black on the palette, sometimes that, it makes you feel bad for the people in those countries that deal with bombings and airplanes and I mean, like Israel, sometimes those poor people, you know, they don't ever catch a break sometimes. And Iraq and Iran, and you know, say what you will about those countries as far as their governments go, but it's not the people's fault. It's like what our government does here. It's not our fault. We don't have any control over the stupidity that happens out of Washington, right? We just kind of have to deal with it. What are we going to do? I'm going to make this a little... Now, wood reacts differently to paint than... it's really dark down here. Than on a canvas. It just soaks it up, guys. So it's a work in progress until you're done, because it just sucks it right up, right? Whereas on canvas, even if I were to use extender in here, it would still not allow me a whole lot of time. It doesn't extend the time enough to make this workable. So you have to kind of use water. You have to kind of retrace your steps a little bit. You have to lay your colors on a little differently. Just because you don't have that work time. And I do oils, but man, gosh, in order to do oils, I have to break out so many different elements just to work with it. So I just don't. I like to do oils. I like the fact that I can play with it, you know, for a while, and the blending is good. You have to put paint on a little differently with that, because they are wet still. But I want to get some, I'm going to keep some water in my brush. I have one of those brush tubs for your brush, and I can't find it. I know I've got it somewhere. It's probably over in Mom's shed or whatever, but I think if I go to Joanne tomorrow, I might bite the bullet and buy me another one. So anyways, I want to get some cloud action going in here. But like I said, it's working on wood is a whole different monster. So, and you guys might end up missing on some of this because the GoPro, I already know that it's going to shut itself off because it's going to freak out because it gets to be over 70 or 60 or whatever. We were watching a show the other night, and the guy was talking about, he owns a helicopter. He collects like old Russian helicopters and restores them and stuff, and he was talking about how he mounted a thing on the outside for his GoPro so that he could do some aerial footage, right? And he goes, I've learned that I can't use the GoPro because he goes, when I think I'm getting the good stuff, I come back and watch it and it had turned off because it overheated, right? So, anyways, it's like not just me. It made me feel good. I wasn't laughing at the guy, but it's like, yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one that the GoPro, because feeling it right now, super hot. And the battery's already almost dead, and I just put that in maybe an hour ago. So, anyways, whatever. You're constantly battling it. I don't care what anybody says. They're pretty much pointless. All right, my phone gets more action than the GoPro does. So, anyways, it is a little after 10. We're gonna make the I told you about those flour tortilla pockets that are like little cups. They look like a Dixie cup, honestly. They look like this. Only they're flour tortilla, right? And we stuff them with, today we're going to stuff them with chicken, taco seasoned chicken, some lettuce, and some cheese. And we do a lot of Mexican food at my house. We just do. I might put beans at the bottom. And then you can sit and either eat it with a fork out of there, or you can just eat it like a upside down taco, I guess, or a burrito, I guess, with the end open. It's really cool. So anyways, yeah, this is getting ready to shut off because battery's dying, and like I said, it's hot already, and it's only, I got 2 fans aimed at me. I've got a fan built in above. I've got 2 windows open, overheating. So I will catch you guys later. Probably when I come back to this, I will have a little more done. I will try to leave the sky so you guys can see me put the sky in. Maybe I'll work on a sagebrush or something in front first, and then we'll come back to you. Talk to you guys later. Bye. The the whiter, the brighter your colors are going to be. Because we want this super bright in here, where this yellow is going to be. So then we grab some yellow. It's going to be right down inside here. You want it so white that you have to wear sunglasses. So bright that you're going to need sunglasses to look at this, right? Because that's kind of the whole thing of the sky in there. But yeah, the whiter the better. Don't worry about those kind of things because it just gives the hillside character, right? Now, as we get out this way, it gets super light. So what I want to do is come in this way and just blend it in there, keeping that center super yellow. We're going to leave your brush dirty, or at least I leave my brush dirty. I found some really super cute gnomes I want to do, but I still have a couple of gnome props that I got to do. I got to do a toolbox for my mechanic. Get some of that yellow off. Yeah, I want to do a toolbox for my mechanic. I want to do, there's a couple of props I need to make. I have to go through my gnomes and look at them. Alright, now, there is not a bright, brilliant orange in this particular sunset, but, I think I'm going to pull out this yellow right here. This one, it's cad yellow light hue, and yeah, that's the nice thing about these. Just pick it right off. I'm gonna set it over here by itself, just a drop. Now sometimes, well, a lot of times, I will use a hairdryer to get things dried a little faster so that I can, there we go, so we can work on it without it getting contaminated with other colors. But I don't have it out right now. So we got the bright thing going on there, right? Okay. So I'm going to leave a dirty brush. I'm going to grab some of this cadmium orange. My glasses. It's another thing. I had to get in and get glasses done. I hate going. It's not that I hate getting glasses. I hate going there because it's like you're there all freaking day, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put some of this add a little more white in here because I want that creamsicle effect going on there. On canvas, this is so much easier because the paints don't dry as quickly. So it's a little rougher on the wood because you have to work faster on wood because it's just sucking that paint right off my brush. Okay, so I need some more of this and a little bit of this over here. Like I said, don't worry about perfection right now because these mountains right here can be fixed. Let's just get your paint on there. Gosh, even my watercolor pens don't dry this fast. Serious. Okay, I'm gonna come over here, this a little bit. Just kind of scrunch it around here. It's not all that impressive yet. Okay, I'm just kind of mixing that up a little bit. We want some of this back here. just above the mountain line over there. Over here, it's kind of a yellow orange mix. More yellow, I think, than orange. And I think we're going to throw in some of this. Sorry, I know you guys can't see, but I really am just trying to find that perfect shade, which I'm not getting right now. So we're going to put some of this down here. Oh, wait. There we go. So yeah, so this goes all the way out past here. Goes back up in here. And I need to make sure that we touch the sky here, touch the side over here. Sorry, I get my fingers in my paint all the time. And we're going to go down here a little bit, some of this. Here. Wait. Here. Because we want to introduce some of this yellow to the top up here. Something over here. And I need to side over here. Yeah, see with this one, all the yellow is pretty much at the bottom down here. I think it's hitting there, right? Alright, so now what we need is a different orange. That orange is a little too, well, it is kind of sort of working. Maybe we'll stick with it. We need more white out on the palette though. It was so funny during the COVID-19 thing, you know, people had to stay in, and that's when I noticed people during that time picked up a craft. Every time I would go into Walmart to get this size paint, the big 16-ounce ones, I could never find them. People were at home and their kids were at home and they were at home, and oh my gosh, it was the only thing that truly was awesome about that time. Well, it didn't really affect me, it never did, but I mean, people truly, they got back into home stuff, right? They ended up doing stuff more with the family, and truly it just I want to put this up in here, down here. It's got a little bit of purple in it over here. Yeah, they seem to, but yeah, every time we go to get some paint, I'm like, really? Now you guys decide you want to paint, right? It looks to me like there's a little bit of, I'm going to add a little tiny, I'm struggling here. I need your help. So anyways, we finished this painting. Let me show you. I even signed it already. So I got my bright sun back there. I did sign it. It's right there. And yeah, I'm thinking that's not bad at all, right? So anyways, I love that sky. I hope I see another one soon. So anyways, I'll give you a close-up shot. Yeah. So I added some oranges and pinks down here on the landscape because obviously it's shining down. I added some highlights on the mountains here because you've got the reflection off these clouds, right? Little tiny bits along the tops of these bushes, but I think we got it. What do you think? Now I'm going to add some of that to it, and that is especially on wood because the wood's so dry. I want to protect it from peeling or cracking, or, you know, I have some of my artwork hanging. I used to at my house have it hanging all down. My whole house was a gallery, right? Everywhere you looked, there was one of my paintings. I had like 300 of them. And it was nice when I went to dust, because my rag didn't get stuck on the paint. And sometimes this glazing can actually make the colors pop. It'll actually do more for it than you think. So, and it makes a nice smooth surface for, like I said, for dusting or whatever. So anyways, this picture will be in my Poshmark shop. That link is in the description. And anytime you buy anything off me and you've seen me on YouTube, please mention that in the notes or at checkout, somewhere in there, or email me and say, hey, I saw your video on YouTube, and I'll send you a free gift. So sometimes I make up little extra little mini gnomes and little keychains and magnets, stuff like that, and I throw in a free gift. But Nature Nate, he is still for sale, and he still has the tree available. So if you guys buy Nature Nate, you will get that little tree. You'll see it in my Poshmark. I think I've got the tree marked at $24. But if you buy Nate and then you email me and tell me you bought Nate and you saw me on YouTube, I will send that little tree with Nate for free. So you won't pay for that. I will take it out of my shop, put it in your box, and that tree will be no more. Because I only make one of everything. I do not make identicals of anything. Nothing I do ever is the same as the last one I did. So I hate repeating myself, both talking and also in my art. I do not like to repeat my art. So anything you get from me is the only one. I never send prints ever. You get the original painting or the original piece. You do not get prints. People have asked me how come I don't sell prints of my art, because I just don't. By the time you print that all up on really good printing photo paper, or have it professionally printed down at Steamroller or wherever, you know what, if you want a print or a postcard size or a specific size of any of my artwork, and right now I don't have much listed because when we moved, I gave away hundreds of my artwork pieces to the thrift store because I had nowhere up here to store it. It was just going to get ruined. It was the middle of winter and I knew it was going to get ruined, and in an RV you don't have anywhere to hang it. So a lot of it went hasta la bye-bye. And so I'm just catching back up now on putting my artwork back online and getting a variety. Again, variety, right? I don't just do gnomes. I don't just paint. I don't just do diamond painting. I have to dabble in everything. It just is. Tomorrow I'm going to Joanne, so checkbook beware, right? So anyways, guys, thank you so much. And don't forget, I want you guys to always pray. I want you to try crafting or keep crafting. I want you to prep now. It's never too late to start prepping. So pray, craft, prep, and throw in that rant now.